11 Sports and For the Fans welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
Look, high above the Capitol building in Denver, Colorado, the Mile High City flying high with their 10-1 Denver Nightwings trying to seal up home field advantage in the first game of the SFL playoffs for season 15. Today, they host the Tulsa Desperados, sitting at 3-8. Chris Curtis along with Gerald Giudice in the broadcast booth as we look high above Richard L. Snowden Memorial Stadium. And Gerald, a good one with two decent offenses going up, well, against some defenses that have had some issues.
Yeah, the defense has definitely had an issue here as Denver's coming in near the bottom of the rankings in passing yards against. Tulsa's here looking just to get on the another win on the board here and to start having some positivity going into next season. Denver actually has something to play for. If they win today, they will solidify themselves as the #1 seed overall for the playoffs.
That is a big achievement to get as we are just about to get going, but we are first going to go to the middle of the field. Gerald, we mentioned the passing yards against a little while ago, and the Denver Nightwings at 10-1 still near the bottom of the rankings, which is kind of surprising.
It's surprising, but if you think about being 10-1, a lot of the offenses are basically throwing against that secondary a lot and not having to run the football.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So it should be a lot of fun as we get things going for Week 12 on this Sunday afternoon with the Simulation Football League. We'll be back for kickoff right after this from the Mile High City. All start at the 20-yard line. The Tulsa Desperados offense, Deacon Nickens along with Sanzo Robinson. Robinson had an interesting week last week, Gerald. 12 carries, 38 yards, but did get into the end zone twice. A pretty efficient day at the office, if I do say so myself.
Definitely 3 yards in a cloud of dust there, but hey, they're efficient yards if you score twice.
That's fair enough. In the gun, Nickens with Robinson to his left. High snap brought down. 3-step drop, looks to throw, moves up in the pocket, throws short. Nice check down, gets them a couple, and it will be a 4-yard gain. Rest of the offense looks like this. It's Corey Jones, DJ Hume, and Gabriel Manning on the wide receivers. It's Anthony Mosley, the tight end, and then the big guys up front, the center, Finley James, and then Michael Potter. And the wide receivers for the Desperados last week, they did not score any touchdowns through the air, but each receiver and the tight end had a minimum of 3 catches through the air in the loss that they had. So there was an interesting day through the air. This will be a throw over the middle. That's caught. First down, first of the game for the Desperados. Gets them out to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, as you said, Corey Jones was the low guy on that totem pole with 3, but then you had Gabriel Manning with 5, and DJ Hume and Anthony Mosley, who just caught that last pass, each had 6. So definitely spreading the ball around.
And you take a look there at the passing defense for both of these teams, and Denver is, well, they're not where they want to be. Even though part of that balance act, though, is that they only give up about 50 yards rushing per game. They just give up the yardage through the air that they really don't want to.
Yeah, the rushing yards, it's kind of a misnomer there, 'cause like I said, the teams that are playing them are usually coming from behind, so they usually are not running the football. They have to come back through the air, so that's why I think that stat's a little bit elevated.
3 to the left, 1 to the right. Robinson the lone back. Nickens to throw on second down. This is over the middle. This one is tipped and incomplete. Looks like the receiver had her hands on it, but a nice job by the defense to get there and knock it out of the way. 3rd and 5.
Maurice Lloyd with his 5th pass deflection of the season. Like you said, that ball was knocked out of the receiver's hands. Great defensive play here to bring up a 3rd and mid-range here for the Tulsa offense.
Well, at least their playbook is really at their disposal. A lot of plays in this particular area. 3rd and 5. In the gun is Nickens. Been in the gun a majority of this game already. Nickens to throw. Floats one over the top, right side. And that one's tipped and incomplete. And it's a 3 and out. Mosley, your intended target. For Tulsa, it ends up being a 4th down, and they will punt.
See, there's an injury to Michael Rochester. Like you said, Deacon Nickens is in the shotgun mostly. And if you want to see why, the front 3, Marlon Marshall, Michael Rochester, and Des Troyer come into this game with a combined 21 sacks. Des Troyer having 12 of those 21.
Lined up at his own 26-yard line. High snap brought down well. Kick is up and away. It'll be up over the logo, and it'll land right about the 30 or 25-yard line. Returned to the 26 as we... Well, a Denver win. As mentioned, they lock up the number 1 seed in the standings, but if they lose, things get a little more confusing as a Louisiana win vaults the Revolution up into that top spot and gives them home playoffs. So it's an interesting situation to walk into on a Sunday, the second to last day of the regular season for season 15.
As you see, Louisiana needs to win over Florida, but it's all moot if Denver takes care of business here this Sunday afternoon.
Really probably should win, as you see a pass there ends up in Giacomo Jones' hands for a 5-yard gain, make it 2nd and 5. But a game they should win. They got to take care of business, and they've done that all season long, coming in at 10-1.
Yeah, 10-1. They haven't really been pressured here lately. They just beat Las Vegas 30-19 in Vice Wars number 9.
And that's going to be a run to the left-hand side for Jared McChesney. That's not going to go anywhere. It'll be a no gain, 3rd and 5 as the defense makes the play. And talk about Jared McChesney. He's probably should be in the conversation for offensive MVP of the season, the way he has touched the ball and vaulted this Denver Nightwings offense.
Yeah, he should be up there in the conversation, but it's hard when you have Reggie Streeter having the season he's having, but Jared McChesney's having an awesome year.
Miller to throw. Left side. That one's caught. 1st down. Just past the marker to the 37-yard line. They move the chains. Denver offense looks like this as we have a second. Josh Miller, Jared McChesney, who we mentioned. Ari Mills, the fullback. Giacomo Jones, Bryce Battle, Logan Keel, your wide receivers. Jeremy Mosley, your tight end. And then the 2 big guys up front, Gene Benazzi and D'Amico Ryan, the guards on the offensive line. The offense for Denver been ticking like a well-oiled machine all season since really game 1 when Vice Wars Chapter 8 took hold and they kind of blew the fury out of the building. And it really hasn't stopped since then.
No, that they've definitely been on a roll here.
Oh, that one's nearly intercepted. Miller made an errant throw, and the defensive linebacking core of the Desperados nearly made a play. It's 2nd and 10.
DJ Majesty, the tackle master so far, coming into this game, leading the SFL on tackles with 130, having a 13 tackle game last week in their loss to the Lone Star Glory. Gets his 6th pass defense of the season to set up the 2nd and 10.
Play by the Tulsa defense, putting Denver in a bit of a sticky situation on this 2nd down where they probably need to get yards. Make it an easier 3rd down. 3 to the right, 1 to the left for Miller. 1 in the backfield is McChesney. 4 on the line for Tulsa. Play action. Miller to throw. Has to turn around as well. And that's one of the disadvantages, Gerald, of being a left-hander. As you see Michael Rochester with a leg cramp, he'll come back. A little bit of pickle juice for him, and he'll be fine. with Miller being left-handed, he takes that play action. He has to then turn his body all the way around to actually get a decent throw off. How hard is that from the quarterback position?
It depends on how the press or the blocking is, because if you get there to the left side of him really quick, you can definitely disrupt the passing.
Gun by himself, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Has the football, 3-step drop deep over the middle of the field in front of a bunch of desperados, and that he was looking for Logan Keel, but he was plenty surrounded. It's 4th down as Denver fails to do anything with that opportunity, as the unit leaders for these two defense, or for the Tulsa defense, comes up big in this particular scenario.
As you can see there, look at those pass deflections and interceptions, 16 apiece. The whole defense has 22 interceptions. Right there, you see 16 of them between Haslip and Love.
Pretty sure I have to check this, but I'm pretty sure it's 22 takeaways, not just interceptions. This is going to be a spin move and a return from Manning as he gets a couple yards out of nothing back to the 30-yard line. The Deacon Nickens Show back on the field when we come back to the Mile High City. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. Stadium in Denver, Colorado. Chris Curtis, Gerald Judas Sessi in the broadcast booth with you as Tulsa has their second drive of the game on tap. 1st and 10 from their own 32-yard line off the short punt return from Gabriel Manning. Chance for Nickens to throw on 1st down. Plenty of time in the pocket. Has to move out of it. He's going to run for it, and he's going to go forward, land on his chest on the football. It's 2nd down after a 2-yard gain.
Ron Marshall there at the tackle, but great presence there by Deacon Nickens, who last year set the all-time interception record, but actually took the ball down, not to force it in the coverage. Smart play there by the quarterback, Deacon Nickens.
1 to the right, 4 Nickens, 2 in the backfield. One of them is Sansa Robinson. Quick drop back, moves up again. He'll run again. He'll try to try for the 1st down. He decides not to slide, and he gets hit hard, but he does get the 1st down for Tulsa at the 44-yard line. A couple of plays from scrimmage, a couple of runs for the quarterback, Nickens.
Yeah, Nickens gets the 1st down there. I like the fact that the quarterback's running the football here. I don't know if that was a design play. That could be effective here in the future, but if he's going to run that football, he's going to need to slide.
The slide, but also it makes Denver check him down. This is going to be deep left side on the play. That's going to be caught for a 1st down into Denver Nightwing territory at the 36. Deacon Nickens fires a dime up top.
Deacon Nickens looking sharp here, and a great grab there by Gabriel Manning, the man who can do it all. He has 1,000 receiving yards this season, 1,043 coming into this game, and is also his favorite target with now 111 coming into the season, now 112.
Middle sons of Robinson's going to get taken down after a couple yards forward. 2nd and 8 as they're just on the precipice of field goal range in Denver territory. Linebacker comes up to make the play, and this creates a 2nd and, medium situation.
Yeah, Adam Wiseman with the tackle there, 9 tackles with 1 tackle for a loss last week, coming in with 94. This secondary can be torched here in a little bit, but the middle linebacking core is playing well.
2nd and 8 has a ball floating on the cross. It's going to be a big hit that creates a 3rd and inches at the 26-yard line, and they're starting to move the ball fairly efficiently as Anthony Mosley has his 2nd catch.
Josh Vasquez, the 6'1", 196-pound, 5-season veteran, You think he's small, but he packs a wallop. He hits like a 250-pound linebacker.
Three bunch to the left, one off to the right. Nickens to throw. On 3rd and inches, he's going to get taken down instead. The Denver defensive line gets home. They do their job. It's 4th down, and it forces a 3-point attempt from the Tulsa Desperados.
Marlon Marshall with the sack there. Had 3 sacks in their game last week, so big sack there. Not being able to contain Deacon Nickens and not have him get outside the pocket and run for that first down sets up a longer field goal attempt here for Tulsa.
Torgan from 46 on the attempt. Left hash. Snap is high, handled well, kick up and on the way. It is up, and it is through. 45 officially will get them 3 points, and Tulsa has their first point of the game. And, well, good job handling the snap by the backup to bring it down and let him kick.
Yeah, definitely handled the high snap quite well. Didn't actually do anything with the timing of the kick. Kick goes through the uprights, hits the screen, and Tulsa takes an early 3-0 lead.
Denver back the football, still only 3 points in this game with the Denver offense. Expected to see maybe a few more on the board to this point, but that brings to light the yards that Denver gives up from a defensive scenario through the air. Tulsa able to take advantage of that after really Deacon Nickens had them unsettled out of the first 2 plays from scrimmage as we returned on the spin move out to the 24-yard line as well. Markham and the Nightwings on offense back out on the field. Your standings through, well, right now. And this is Denver looking at 10-1, 9-2 Louisiana, and those are really the only 2 that are vying for that number 1 seed in the standings. Gerald, it's been a fun season so far with 2 of the top teams really going at it.
Yeah, Denver and Louisiana, just you looking at the scores, and just unbelievable how back and forth they've been all season.
This will be left side caught out of bounds, goes the receiver, and after a 7-yard gain, Giacomo Jones gets them moving on 2nd down.
Giacomo Jones, touchdown last week on 6 receptions, 87 yards. Coming into this game, the leader of the team in targets with 93. So he's definitely the favorite of Josh Miller.
2 receptions, just 12 yards so far for Giacomo, but stay tuned. When he gets going early, he gets going often. Offset I formation for Josh Miller. Miller, handoff, and Chesney trying to find a hole right side. He's going to find a short one, and he's going to get himself a first down and his team a first down to move the chains.
Jack McChesney coming in here, having a great season. He's 4th in carries, 5th in yards, 2nd in rushing touchdowns, and 3rd in total touchdowns. Having a great season, as I'll get to him here after this play.
It's definitely a revelation for Jared McChesney in this Denver offense. This will be a run or a pass to the right. It'll be a 6-yard completion. Not much to it, and it'll be 2nd and 4.
Yeah, Jared, a lot of Denver Nightwings players here have a chance to make some team records and SFL records. McChesney is a rushing touchdown from tying the record, and Josh Miller is 1 touchdown pass away from breaking the team record, and then Jackman has a chance of breaking the SFL record this year.
Jackman for field goals made in the regular season, I do believe. That's going to be a run to the left for McChesney, 3rd and 2 after a 2-yard gain. This becomes a big 3rd down for the Tulsa defense as they try to get off of the field and get Nickens back the football to preserve some of the momentum they got off that last drive. This is a major play in this first quarter.
I would love to see a play action McChesney here, maybe hitting the tight end Mosley or the wide receiver Logan Keel here on a little cross route.
No play action, but in the gun. That's a throw and catch past the first down marker, close to midfield at the 48-yard line. Denver does their job and moves the chains, and you called it, Logan Keel on the outside.
That's a big reception there. When you have a dynamic back like Jared McChesney here, using him as a decoy to maybe even freeze the linebackers, even if it's for a second, will give your speedy wide receivers a chance to break to the outside and give a great target for your quarterback and pick up a first down.
A little stat for you on that Logan Keel bottom line. Every 10.125 targets, Logan Keel scores a touchdown for the Denver offense. So pretty interesting stat there. This will be to the left side caught, and that is a 5-yard completion out to the 47-yard line into Tulsa territory for Logan Keel.
Logan Keel back-to-back receptions here on the drive. And this is what Denver does. Denver just calls great plays, and they just keep the defense guessing. A nice mixture of run and pass. This is why Denver's #1 in the league.
Bunch to the right, one to the left. Play action, throw over the middle, right back to him, and that's going to be another first down as he found McChesney over the, or not McChesney, that's the tight end over the middle, making that happen 1st and 10.
R.E. Mills, the fullback there, with his 34th reception of the season. Hasn't had a carry, but you saw it once again. The play action to McChesney just freezing the linebackers, and has R.E. Mills just come right across the center, wide open in the middle of the defense. And Denver right now is moving the football quite easily.
Ari Mills, who did not have a touch last week in the win over Vegas, has his first touch here. Another play action thrown over the right side that's caught, and another seemingly first down. It is a first down at the 25-yard line. That is a nice target. Bryce Battle finding the fade over the right.
Once again, Josh Miller and this offense just rolling. If you saw on that play action froze Espen Royale just a little bit and allowed Bryce Battle to get behind him, and a great pass by Miller to get to him and get the first down.
Definitely in Kramer Jackman territory at this point. Another play action, 3rd in a row. Left side, Josh Miller, catch and out of bounds. It's a 4-yard gain. Not much to that one for Giacomo, but these little nickel and dime plays are eventually going to open him up over the top.
Yep, these 5-yard passes are definitely what gets you playing shallow, and the next thing you know, they can burn you deep on a post route or a corner. But I love the play calling right here by Denver. Just putting the football in different positions, different receivers' hands. I just love their offensive play calling right now.
Seems to be backing off a little bit on Tulsa. See if Denver can take advantage. Another play action, another ball over the middle. This one's tipped a couple of times, stays in the air for a moment, and then falls incomplete. Not much more to it than that. As Austin had a chance to bring that one in, couldn't do it.
Yeah, Mo Austin, who was not on the score sheet last week against Lone Star Glory, comes up there with the big play. The defense kind of got a little bit smart on that and converged on the receiver in the middle of the field, bringing up a 3rd and 5.
One to the left again in the gun by himself is Miller. 4 on the line defensively for Tulsa. Has the football. Not a lot of drop back to it. Doesn't matter. Finds his crossing pattern over the middle, and that is a first down and make it 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. And this is a very methodical, time-consuming drive by the Denver Nightwings at the tail end of this first quarter.
Definitely, this is the type of drive that breaks the defense.
That is going to bring us to the end of the first frame. It's a 3-0 game, but Denver's knocking on the door when we come back to start the second. This is the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. Back inside Denver, Colorado. It is a 12-play drive to this point as they line up for their 12th, switching sides, moving left to right. Denver knocking on the door at 1st and goal. Tulsa trying to keep them out and limit the damage if they can. Miller has the football to the outside, has McChesney trying for the edge. He's going to get there, but he's not going to get the pylon. He will end up at the 2-yard line, make it 2nd and goal, and Jared McChesney nearly had it at the pylon there.
Yeah, great quick hitting play there. Get him to the outside, had plenty of room. I'll tell you, DJ Majesty comes up with a humongous tackle there to save a potential touchdown here, but can the defense hold him here for at least the next 2 plays?
Backs through the middle. Does he get in? He does. That is going to be a touchdown for Denver. And that is going to get them their first lead of this game. McChesney does what he wants in the red zone.
Great blocking up front there. Gene Benazzi, D'Amico Ryan making a hole for him to get that touchdown. His 20th total touchdown of the season, and puts the Denver Nightwings up 6-3, pending the extra point.
Kramer Jackman on for that extra point. 6-3 right now for Denver. They get their first touchdown in this second quarter. Snap is low, handled fairly well. Jackman still is able to put it up and put it through to make this a 7-3 ball game. And how big does that stop earlier on that the Denver defense had against the Tulsa offense? How big does it look now as Denver now is able to take the lead instead of having a tie ball game?
Yeah, that was a big momentum shift. And I'll tell you what, having that ball for that long, you're resting up this Denver Nightwing defense. I'll tell you what, that's bad news right now for the Tulsa Desperados. They need to have an offensive drive similar to get back in this ball game.
This will be down in the end zone by Gabriel Manning, and we'll start this drive at the 20-yard line. Deacon Nickens back out on the field. No touchdowns, but also no interceptions a week ago, even though they took the loss against Lone Star. It was a fairly good game on offense as they were able to spread the ball around, and we are seeing more of that here as they continue to get the different wide receivers involved. We'll see what this drive has in store.
I think they're looking for plays for next year. I mean, you have nothing to play for, so you might as well try some new things here.
This will be a cross right to left to right across the middle of the field, and that is Mosley with the catch, but no gain on it. It ends up being a wasted down, 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. Now they're at the Tulsa. Tulsa starts at their own 20. A big thing here in this game is Kramer Jackman kicking the ball deep in the end zone, not giving Gabriel Manning, the returner extraordinaire, any chance to bring the football out. Smart play by the Denver special teams, not have them get burned early.
Under center is Nickens. He'll throw to the outside, get it in Stanza Robinson's hands. He'll truck through one, and that was a big hit he just laid on the shoulder. It'll be a 3-yard gain, but the defender paid for that for sure.
The week 2 signee, the 6'3", 265-pound speedy linebacker Richie Leopold there. 8 tackles last week. Comes in, even though he's a week 2 signee, 2nd in tackles for the team with 77.
In the gun. Throw on the run, nearly intercepted. The one-handed pat down gets it to the turf, and that's going to create a nice 3-and-out for the Denver defense. Exactly what the doctor ordered after taking the lead.
Definitely what the doctor ordered. That prescription has been filled. Again, Richie Leopold with his 5th pass deflection of the season. And I'll tell you what, Tulsa's defense didn't even get a chance to get the oxygen mask on before they're going to be back here out on the field. And with a bruising back like McChesney, that could be bad news for the defense.
The punter lined up at his own 8-yard line. He gets the ball away. Field position battle here for Denver as they're going to get it from their own 39, return to the 41, and back out comes the Mile High offense. Your leaders in touches to touchdowns. And this is a stat that you specialize in figuring, Mr. Giudice, as McChesney up top of the list just about.
As you see, McChesney there, 15.6. 2nd overall. You see those 19 touchdowns, 20 now, but he has 19 touchdowns on 297 touches. As you see, T-Roy Gates of Baltimore leading the league at just over 12.
Break that down here in a second. 3 to the left, 1 to the right for Miller. Over the middle into a seam, and that is going to hit the turf and complete 2nd and 10. So what that basically means, Gerald, if I'm reading that correctly, is every 15 and a half times that McChesney touches the football, he puts the ball in the end zone for his team. Is that correct?
That is correct. Every 15.6 times he touches the football in a game, that ball somehow finds its way in the painted area of the end zone. I'll tell you what, that is an impressive stat.
In the gun. Miller to his left with 3 there. Looks to throw. Throws it deep right side over the middle. That one is going to be incomplete. Nearly Logan Keel was able to bring that one down. Could not complete the process. It'll be 3rd and 10 and a long 3rd down coming up for the Nightwings.
I'm surprised they're actually throwing the ball a little bit deeper on this drive. You had a lot of 5 and 7 yard outs there in that last drive that took them for a touchdown. That seems to be a little bit better moving the football But we'll see what they're doing. Maybe they're stretching him out to have that cross across the middle. We'll see what happens here on third down.
3 to the right, 1 to the left. Miller in the gun by himself. Looks like 4 in the defensive line for Tulsa. Everyone else in coverage. Miller to throw. Moves in the pocket, throws short, and that is going to be incomplete. Nothing doing there. There's a win for Tulsa on this drive. Able to get a quick 3 and out from Denver as they try to reverse the tide, reverse the momentum a little.
Chris Andrews coming up with a tackle. That's a big stop there. That could have been really, really bad, but the Tulsa defense stepped up. Didn't gain a yard on that drive. But let's see if the punter here can pin them deep and force Tulsa to go the length of the field here.
Looks like Tulsa able to, at least for the moment, reverse the position battle and have to field a punt at a normal fielding range. Fair catch called for at the 24-yard line. They'll mark it at the 25, and that is where the Desperados will come back out on offense. The back and forth between these two teams been fairly one-sided, and albeit in some really limited meetings.
Yeah, 2-0 lead there for Denver. As you saw the last game, they won 21-13, but it was all on the leg and the big foot of Kramer Jackman. 7 for 7 with a 48-yard long.
That ball tipped at the line from Nickens, and that goes nowhere first. First and 10 turns into 2nd and 10 after the defensive line gets home.
Yeah, the defensive line definitely pushed the offensive line back in Deacon Nickens' face right there. Sets up a 2nd and 10. This defense really unheralded. You might think about that, the pass yards. But I'll tell you what, you have Josh Vasquez with 8 interceptions coming in, leading the team. They have a decent secondary that love to pick off the football.
In the backfield for Nickens. Quick drop back, plenty of time in the pocket, throws to the outside instead, tries to go horizontal, and it nearly turned into a vertical pick 6. That was very close to being 6 points the other way. It hits the ground harmlessly, no problem there.
A half second sooner, and we're going to be talking about Matt Papineau getting his 6th interception with a pick 6. That ball falls, luckily for Tulsa, harmlessly to the turf, that is, and it brings up a 3rd and long situation.
Papineau, who had an interception last week in the win over Vegas, nearly had a second one there. 5 wide for Nickens in the gun. Deep over the middle. That one is going to be picked off, however, near the midfield stripe. First turnover of the game for either side, and Denver is in business in Tulsa territory. Now look who it is.
Speaking of the devil, look at Matt Papineau right there, just reading Gabriel Manning to a T. As you saw, he looked at Gabriel Manning, looked like he was going to break long, watched him breaking the inside, and actually read the route beautifully. Great defensive play there by Matt Papineau to get the ball inside Tulsa territory already.
Now Denver has the football. They're going to be moving left to right. Good field position to start this drive out. In the gun is McChesney with Miller, obviously. Throw right side, and that one is a first down. What an athletic catch to be able to bring that one in and get the feet in as well. Logan Keel, you're insane.
Helps when you're 6'3" and be able to have that long reach. Look at that. That's Chris Carter-esque right there. But just putting your feet down right by the sideline and just almost going horizontal to catch that football. Great play there by Logan Keel, and a great play now for the first down after their drive stalled a 3-and-out last drive.
That would have been good in a 2-foot league for sure. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Also backed off a little bit, not really playing a tight man. This will be Miller on the play action to the left. That one is caught. They're working the sidelines right to left here. They have the catch. It's an 8-yard completion for Giacomo Jones, making it a 2nd and short.
Giacomo Jones with his 3rd catch of the half. And I'll tell you what, that pump fake froze Mr. DJ Majesty there just a second, just to get him to the outside, a split second. Was able to get that completion to bring up a 2nd and 2 here. Your playbook's wide open here. I love to see McChesney here just put it right through the middle.
Right formation for Miller. Handoff Miller through the middle, has the first down, or handoff to McChesney through the middle. He has the first down and a couple more out to the 25-yard line. 1st and 10. They're in Kramer Jackman field goal range to make it at least a 7-point game if they can't get to the end zone. But the last time they were down here, they were able to. So we'll see if they can continue that.
I would love to see the stat on yards after first contact because McChesney was wrapped in the backfield for a big loss. Ends up getting the first down.
Play action, Miller again over the middle. That one's caught at the 3-yard line, and he will be taken down at the 2. Bryce Battle finds a seam, and Tulsa can't stop him. It's first and goal.
What a pass play there. I love the pass, the fact that it was a little bit of a wobble pass. It might have been tipped at the line, but the duck found the nest somehow, and we bring up a first and goal here at the 2. And if you're Tulsa, you've got to be keying on Jared McChesney here. You got to think he's getting the football.
Duck quacked the seam. Now they're in formation to try to get themselves a touchdown. First and goal. Handoff. McChesney. Plenty of touchdown. Denver as they make it a 14-3 game. As long as the extra point is no issues. Jared McChesney is second of the half.
Big play there by McChesney, but as you saw, D'Amico Ryan on the right side of the line, if you'll see here, D'Amico Ryan, number 51, just opens up that hole there, blocking. It looked like either KT Slater or Espen Royale, but definitely brings the game up to a 13-3 lead. And I'll tell you what, that was a great drive to come back from that 3-and-out.
Another long drive ends up in a touchdown for Denver. Kramer Jackman back out for the extra point, 13-3 at the moment. Snap good, hold good, kick up and on the way, make it 14-3. The Nightwings have the lead over the Desperados. They have enough points to win and get the 1 seed. Can they continue it? We find out as we come back to Denver right after this. Chris Curtis, Gerald Giudice, Delaney Nash, Phil Kos on the stats, along with Cameron Irvine, commissioner and producer, in the booth with us as we are in Denver, Colorado for this Season 12 matchup. 14-3 Denver has the lead as we get towards the second half of the second quarter. And this is going to be returned nowhere as Gabriel Manning will down it in the end zone and back to the 20-yard line we go. Gabriel Manning is really, he's been neutralized so far in this game on the return game because, well, he hasn't been able to return anything.
No, if you're going to combat one of the greatest returners in SFL history, you combat him with the greatest kicker, one of the greatest kickers in SFL history, Kramer Jackman. Great play calling here by Denver special teams.
3 to the left, 1 to the right for Deacon Nickens. Nickens over the middle, tries to float one and does successfully. That's going to be a catch across the 35-yard line to the 36. And Mosley has the grab, 1st and 10.
Yeah, just a simple go route by the tight end. and Deacon Nickens just put the ball, just drops it sweetly over Adam Wiseman's right shoulder to bring up a first down. This is a key drive for Tulsa. They need to get points on this drive, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown. They need to take that 3 and make that a little higher.
Got to be in a one possession window, I feel like, is going to be key for them. Right now, it's 2 possessions. They need to try to fix that. This will be a handoff. Sansa Robinson, who's not going to get anywhere on that. They'll give him a yard generously, 2nd and 9, as he tries to run through the off tackle position.
See, big number 94 there with the tackle. This is where, like we showed the stat earlier, the Denver defense gives up the 20th most passing yards. This is why, because the teams always seem to be down by at least 2 scores.
Oh, that's going to be on the ground, and on top of it are going to be the Desperados. They do recover the football, but I believe that is a forced fumble and taken out of the running back's hands. Defensive line knocks it free.
There's Troy there with the big stick, puts the ball on the ground. Luckily for Tulsa, they recover that ball and brings up a 3rd and long situation here for this Tulsa Desperado offense.
There's Nickens looking to throw, trying to move in the pocket, evades 1 sack. He's not going to evade 2 as he gets taken down and puts them in a very bad 3 and out. And that makes it 4th and a mile. They will punt. Des Troyer again getting credit for the stop.
Des Troyer gets the sack, but he should give number 94 there half of that, because he definitely slowed down his process. But a horrible series for Tulsa, going backwards instead of forwards, and you're giving the ball back to Denver and the hot hand of Josh Miller in this offense.
On upcoming. It's in the air. Another good field position start, looks like, for Denver on the back end of this. It'll be returned from the 35 out to the 40 and get it to the 41 and no further. Bryce Battle with a good return on the punt. Sets up Josh Miller and company with pretty good field position. And they this is fun. A reminder for those of you guys just joining us, a Denver win locks them up as the 1 seed in the playoff picture for season 15, but a loss makes things quite a bit more difficult. A loss for Louisiana still puts Denver in that spot. However, a win for Louisiana in their game means that they would lock up the 1 seed if Denver were to lose. Denver in a good spot on the right side of the scoreboard right at the moment. Play action. Miller over to McChesney, but it's going to be thrown over the middle instead. And that is a quick little 7-yard completion for Ari Mills.
Yeah, Ari Mills is a really good target for Josh Miller there across the middle. And again, that play action pass just gives them a little bit more of a chance. And I'll tell you what, Josh Miller is on fire this game.
Very good so far. Handoff. Right side, McChesney breaks through 1 tackle. Going to try to break through 3. Makes it 3rd and inches. He doesn't quite get there. He's at the midfield stripe now for a 3rd and very short.
Back-to-back drives where he has been hit in the backfield for maybe a 2 or 3 yard loss, and somehow comes up with a great gain here, almost to get the first down here. I think you're going to see a little bit more of McChesney here, just barreling through the middle here.
15 of 22 for 128 through the air for Josh Miller. Handoff McChesney. He runs into the back of his blocker, and he's not going to get there. Big stop by Tulsa to get him before he gets the first down, and that is going to cause a likely punt, and Tulsa's going to get the ball back.
Tulsa's defense standing tall once again around the midfield stripe. Well, let's see what happens here on the punt. I'll tell you what, that was a big stop there for Tulsa's defense.
Punt is up and away. It'll be taken down at about the 12-yard line. Returned by Manning. He's going to get a few yards back out to the 19, and that is going to bring out the Desperados. 1st and 10 for Deacon Nickens and company as they try to recover from a bit of an off drive last time, and they need to start moving the ball vertically instead of trying to go horizontal because it doesn't seem to be working.
No, and I think this is where you're going to see a lot more of Corey Jones, DJ Hume, Gabriel Manning, and Anthony Mosley right here. They need to get something positive going because right now they're losing the field possession battle.
They were throwing it through the air successfully in the first quarter, and they've since really stopped that. Handoff through the middle. Sansa Robinson has a few yards. He's going to get through the middle about 6, make it 2nd and 4 at the 25.
There is the commentator coach that I said they should throw the ball, and what do? Run the ball for they run the ball for 6 yards. That's why I'm up here in the booth and not down there coaching. So brings up a 2nd and 4.
Amongst a myriad of other reasons why we're not down there. Exactly. 2 to the right, 1 to the left for the Desperados. Another handoff for Tulsa. This will be Sanzo again, another first down. So as we said, hey, you should throw the ball. And then they run it twice in a row and gash up the middle for a move to move the chains.
The holes being opened up here by Finley James and Michael Potter. This was not what they were doing here earlier in the first quarter. And I'll tell you what, I think you and I could have ran through that hole side by side way that opened up. But great play, great execution here by the Tulsa offense right now, running the football to get in position here.
1 to the left. 4 on the defensive line, moving right to left. Trying to throw Nickens off. Play action. Nickens to throw. Has a little bit of time. Throws on a cross and ends up leading his receiver a little bit too far. A diving grab from Gabriel Manning is not going to net them a whole bunch of yardage. It'll be a 2-yard play, 2nd and 8.
Now, if you're going to have Gabriel Manning there catch a ball, you really want to catch him in stride. You don't need him to lay out vertical there. You want to get him so he can use his big playmaking ability there to get a first down, but make it up 2nd and 8.
And the gun. Robinson to his right. Nickens to throw. Over the middle, and that is incomplete. Nice tip just beyond the first down marker. Corey Jones, your intended target. 3rd and long coming up. Kindler on the stop.
Kindler I think I might have got away with a little bit of a PI there. He was all over him like a wet blanket, but the referee kept the flag in his pocket. It brings up a 3rd and long situation. Big play here for the Tulsa offense here. They got to stay on the field.
Denver's defense on the field, and their crowd getting loud, trying to will them to a stop. In the gun. Nickens to throw. 3-step drop. Throws over the middle. That's a catch, and it's through the seam into Denver territory. What a grab by DJ Hume, and that is a 1st down and 10 inside Nightwing's side of the field.
It looked like DJ Hume just absolutely blew by Roscoe Santagria. I think he was looking for help over the top there by Maurice Lloyd. Maurice Lloyd was just a little bit slow getting there.
Brings to 120 seconds left to halftime. 14-3 Denver. Tulsa moving the ball. Stay with us. It's the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. To Denver, Colorado we go. 14-3 Denver. Tulsa's having their best offensive drive of the second quarter anyway, as they try to get into the end zone and get this back to a 1-possession game. Nickens, 7-step drop deep over the middle, and that is tipped and nearly intercepted a couple of times. It'll hit the ground, and last time they tried that play, they threw an interception. This time it'll at least go incomplete.
Yeah, and that's the one person you do not want to go up against is Josh Vasquez, because he could definitely put that ball in his hip pocket. Luckily for them, it falls to the ground, brings up a 2nd and 10.
Some yards to make it an easier 3rd down if they can help it. Offset I formation. Looking to throw in the pocket, thrown right side, caught, and getting himself jettisoned out of bounds after a 3-yard gainer. So this will create a 3rd and somewhat medium here. At least opens up the playbook a little bit for the Desperados as Nickens tries to figure it out.
Great concentration by Nickens there as he had the defender on his feet trying to knock him down. Still finds his way to get the ball to Corey Jones. Bring up the 3rd and 7. If you're going to go here, I think you're going to have to hit Gabriel Manning here. You got to hit your playmaker once here.
Mosley would be a good target as well. He's been dynamite over the middle. Nickens, deep left side, looking for him. It's going to be an interception, and another one at the 15-yard line. That ball criminally underthrown, looking for Manning, and Matt Papineau is the second of the game.
He had Papineau beat down on just a simple go route. All he had to do is put about a little bit more, like 3 or 4 more yards of air under that football, and we're talking about a totally different game here, possibly a 14-10 ball game. But like you said, criminally underthrown football and making it easy for Papineau to pick it up. His second interception of the game, his 7th of the season.
3 interceptions in 2 games for him as well. 3 to the right, 1 to the left for Josh Miller as he starts his drive at the 15. Play action. Left side, throw and catch. It's going to be a first down, and out of bounds they go as Denver's going to try to start a 2-minute drill here and get themselves to a 3-possession game if they can. That one for Giacomo Jones gets them a first down.
If you're the Tulsa defense right now, you do not want to give up any points. You can possibly get away with a field goal, but you can't let them go down, get a touchdown, and them getting the ball back in the second half. That could be absolutely devastating for Tulsa.
Disaster looming potentially for Tulsa if they can't get the defense off the field. Throw left side. That one's tipped and nearly incomplete. That would have been a momentum turner as 3 Desperados were in the area and probably going to put that back in the end zone.
TJ Majesty, again, just being all over the field already with a pass deflection, a tackle for loss, and 8 tackles already, and we're not even at halftime yet.
2nd and 10. Under center is Miller, 3 to the right. Defensive line moves right to left as well. Everyone else in coverage. Miller to throw. Puts it outside to McChesney. Put the ball in the playmaker's hands. He's going to truck through 1, try to get through 7 other Desperados, and he'll get taken down. But a decent gain makes it 3rd and 3, much more manageable than what would have been.
Jeremy Mosley, the tight end, with an amazing block on that outside to spring McChesney for a couple more yards here to bring down this 3rd and 3 here. We'll see what magic the Denver Nightwings can bring up.
Oh, that's going to be a late play as well. Free play. McChesney doesn't care. He's got a first down and more out to the 46-yard line, or to the 30, or yeah, to the 46, but it's going to be a chance to look at this flag, likely going to be declined.
Yeah, got a free play, and once again, McChesney hit in the backfield, which would have been it would have been a moot point because they would have got the first down anyway due to the penalty. But he was able to break that tackle and go to the outside and just have a monster gain. It has them at least, I believe, in Kramer Jackman territory here. And like I said, this cannot end up in the end zone here. Well, not yet. I thought they're on the other 46, but I'll tell you what, the ball's moving and to stop the clock.
3 to the left, 1 to the right for Denver. Miller is in the single back. McChesney there, time in the pocket, thrown and tipped when that's going to fall incomplete on the midfield stripe. Another one for the defense making a good play. 2nd and 10 for the Nightwings.
Kane Vasquez just reading the eyes of Josh Miller there. Comes up with the big pass deflection for 2nd and 10. This is where they're dangerous because you can hit McChesney here on an out route. You can hit him across the middle. This is a big down and distance here for the Denver Nightwings.
3 bunch to the right, thrown over the middle, and one of those bunches moves through the middle. That's going to be a first down. 1st and 10 for Denver as they find one over the middle at the 43.
Ari Mills there with another reception.
This one thrown over the middle again. Another one that's going to be found in Ari Mills' back pocket. 1st and 10 as they move the ball and take a timeout as well to stop the clock.
This is where that penalty becomes huge. Even though the penalty was declined, they got a big gain, and it stopped the clock and saved them a timeout. So 2 timeouts, 42 seconds left. You can use every bit of the field, as you saw in the last 2 plays across the middle, to Ari Mills.
3 to the left, 1 to the right. Miller in the gun. Looking to throw. Throws over the middle. That's going to be caught in an 8-yard completion, 2nd and 2, as they run the no huddle. From the Tulsa 24-yard line, definitely in Kramer Jackman territory as the last Desperado gets across the line. Miller to throw. Plenty of time. Crossing patterns. Finds his way through the middle again. And that's going to be a timeout called by Denver. 1st and 10 from the 18.
Great play calling here by Denver, going across the middle, using the middle of the field. And I think that's surprising the Tulsa offense, the Tulsa defense, that they're not playing more toward the sideline. They might have to here with 1 timeout left in 21 seconds.
Bryce Battle, you're the man on the screen there. He's going to try to look to make an impact over the middle of the field. He's in the slot right now. Miller to throw. Plenty of time. Over the middle. That one's tipped and nearly caught anyway. But it looks like Espen Royale had other plans. 2nd and 10 for the Denver Night Wings.
2nd and 10 going across the middle here might be a little bit more taxing now that you're going toward the end zone. The defense tightens up a little bit here. If you're going to throw the football to the end zone, Giacomo Jones going to the corner or maybe even a post route to Logan Keel might be the way to go right now.
Logan Keel at the bottom of your screen. Giacomo Jones at the top of your screen, part of the 3 wide receiver bunch at the top. Handoff, nope, play action. Miller to throw. He ends up working right into the sack, and that is a timeout called by Denver. Puts them back quite a bit of ways. Berto DeMora comes up with a big hit on Miller to bring him down.
Well, you got to DeMura's got to really thank Josh Miller on that because he rolled right into that sack. Was really paying attention more to the receivers than where the defenders were around him. Walked into a sack, and it's going to create a long field goal here for Kramer Jackman. But if you're going to put in the hands of a kicker or the foot of a kicker, this is the one you want to do.
44 on the left hash. Snap is good. Hold good. Plenty of leg underneath it. This is going to be good from 43 officially. Kramer Jackman, another notch in his belt, makes it a 17-3 game.
Ties the SFL single season record for field goals made in a season with 33. You just can't not shake him. He just clutch no matter what he does. He's only missed 1 field goal in his career. That's about as close to automatic as you can get.
He's going to be on the way, and it'll get it in the hands of Gabriel Manning. We'll see if he has a chance to do something with it. This time he'll have a chance to return for the first time. Right side, trying to get free. He's going to get taken down at the 22-yard line. Good work by the special teams unit for Denver to get to him immediately to take him down. So a 17-3 game. Not a lot of time left. Just 3 seconds on the clock, and likely going to be a run and then a sprint to the locker room for the Desperados, who were in, well, a bit of rough shape after going down 14 points at the halftime whistle.
Yeah, they're not looking too great offensively here, but you got to give credit to the Denver defense. They have been playing quite well so far in the first half.
Nickens actually to throw on this play, a little bit of stat padding, and it'll be a 9-yard completion to end the first half. So the Denver Night Wings at home, just 1/2 of football away from clinching the 1 seat in the SFL's regular season standings for season 15. They walk into the locker room with a 17-3 lead after 2 quarters. Gerald Giudice, your halftime thoughts on what's becoming a bit of a defensive showcase for the Denver Night Wings.
Yeah, we're to think that you see the stats right there. Look at the red zone percentage for Denver. 100%. As you see the yardage right there. Of course, also having more passing yards than rushing yards, but this has been nothing short of Denver coming out here and basically showing the league why they're the best team and why they want the number 1 seed. Josh Miller, 21 of 31 for $183. You think McChesney's having a great game, but he's only had 29 yards on 9 carries, but those 2 touchdowns makes it huge. So right now he has 12 touches, 2 touchdowns, so he's really taking that stat back down. And if you're Tulsa, 2 interceptions by Deacon Nickens really hurt, especially both of them were going right there. As you see, the first one, both attempts were going to Gabriel Manning, trying to get his hands on the football and trying to get him somehow. But there you see the second touchdown, I believe, by Jared McChesney, just following D'Amico Ryan. It's just all Denver right now, and I don't know if Tulsa can handle the pressure here when Denver's rolling on all cylinders.
Well, I mean, there's still half football left. Tulsa's done this before. They've come back and made a game of it at the very least in other situations. Giacomo Jones, your leading receiver for the Denver Nightwings. He has 5 catches for 36 yards at the moment. Your leader in yards for Denver, 47 for Bryce Battle on 4 catches. Logan Keel, 4 catches for 28. And then Jeremy Mosley has 1 catch for 11. On the other side, your leading receiver for Tulsa is going to be Anthony Mosley, the tight end, 34 yards through the air. And that is going to be the most in the receiving core at the moment. Sansa Robinson, not a lot going on the ground, 5 attempts for 15 yards. We're back inside Richard L. Snowden Memorial Stadium. Chris Curtis, it's Gerald Giudice, it is Phil Kose and Delaney Nash, along with Cameron Irvine, our producer and commissioner, as we are in Week 12. Playoffs starting to look a little more clear as we're more than halfway through the Week 12 slate. Still plenty of scenarios left to play out as we try to figure out who's going to be vying for the 15th SFL championship in just a few weeks' time. This will be a run back on the return. Nice spin move gets him to the 23-yard line, the 25-yard line, and that is where Josh Miller and company will start this first drive of the second half. This is obviously a big drive for Tulsa. Going down as many as even 17 points, I think, would possibly be a killer for this Tulsa team.
Yeah, especially with the way Denver's defense is playing. I mean, it doesn't even look like Tulsa can get points on the board. They come out in the shotgun. They're going to try to put the dagger in early.
3 to the right, 1 to the left. Thrown over the top right side. That one is caught and nearly broken. A shoelace tackle. Past midfield they go. And another big gainer for the Denver Nightwings through the air on the first play from scrimmage in the second half.
Josh Miller with a big pass there. As you see, Logan Keel just beat in the secondary, and if it wouldn't have been for that little holdup that allowed Cameron Shaw to make that shoestring tackle, that would have been 6. But first play, thinking he's going to get McChesney, a big play across the field, and already puts him in midfield on 1 play.
Watch Logan Keel as well. He's coming up on his average for how many targets it takes him to get into the end zone. Play action to McChesney. That's going to be a big hit at the line of scrimmage. Somebody hit McChesney like a truck, and he's going to go down 2nd and 10. He's back up and no problems, but what a hit.
Mo Austin just comes up and just absolutely obliterates McChesney. McChesney's shaking his head, trying to get the cobwebs out right there. Big hit for no gain.
The 1 to the right. Miller again goes outside for McChesney. The spin move puts him in a bad way. He's going to get hit right at the line of scrimmage, and it creates a 3rd and long scenario from the Tulsa 49-yard line. And McChesney not in a great spot after he has to try to spin back and catch that football.
Talking to Mo Austin, he's like, "Get away from me." back to back. Like, you hit me in the heart of the first time, but, stop it. Just so we'll see what happens here on 3rd and 9.
3 to the right, 1 to the left. Miller to throw over the middle, finds the seam in the first down. What a throw inside a very tight window, and that is a 1st and 10 over the middle of the field.
What a throw by Josh Miller. How did that ball get in the hands of Jeremy Mosley? I have no clue, but a big first down there to keep this drive alive here for Denver.
Outside I formation. And off McChesney, left side, is putting a green in front of him. Going to truck through 1, then 2, gets a first down and more out to the 26-yard line. 25 is where they'll mark him. What a run by McChesney, man. When he gets a head of steam going, it's really difficult to bring him down.
You don't want to have him get all that momentum going here. And I'll tell you what he puts his shoulder down right here. It just obliterates Ezekiel Love and gets the first down. That play was beautifully called, beautifully executed by the Denver Nightwings, and it puts them in Jackman field goal range already here, but they're going to look for 6.
They are indeed. They're trying to put the dagger in now. 3 to the right, 1 to the left, off a very good starting drive for the second half. Miller over the middle. It should have been intercepted. It'll hit the ground, and Espen Royale nearly brought that one down. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Watch this, Espen Royale just watching the eyes. Didn't bite on the play fake whatsoever. Going to R.E. Mills. That play that's been going across the middle quite easy. As you see right there, he just notices that R.E. Mills is coming across the middle of the field and just comes right back to the football. great awareness there by Espen Royale to bring up a 2nd and 10.
Although if you ask him, I think we should be talking about an interception right now. He's licking his chops trying to get that one back. This is going to be Josh Miller in the gun. McChesney is in the gun with him, moving it over the middle. That one's tipped and it's caught. How? Tipped and the receiver came back. Bryce battled, hyper aware of that ball before it hits the turf. Gets a couple yards out of it. It's 3rd and 7.
Wow, what concentration, like you said, there by Bryce Battle to pick up the batted ball there. And we'll see what happens here on 3rd down. But that could have been a big play for the Tulsa defense. Ends up with a 3-yard gain. That just shows you how fortuitous Denver's been this year.
Massive 3rd down and 7. Play action. Miller, pump fake, moves in the pocket, steps up, throws, get the end zone. That one's picked off and running out of the end zone. That is going to be an interception for Tulsa. They finally get what they were looking for. They give it to Ezekiel Love, who has the football in his hands on the interception. And don't look now, Tulsa able to possibly reverse the tide a bit as they stop that very momentous drive right in its tracks.
Yeah, look at that. It was great concentration there by Ezekiel of not only getting the interception there, looking for Giacomo Jones, but actually got the double tap down there with his feet. Great defensive play for Tulsa now. Can they use this momentum to get some points here?
Left side, that one's picked off right back the other way. Couldn't lead the receiver enough, and it's Matt Papineau with the hat trick on the left side of the field. Just stop throwing to that side of the field at this point.
Yeah, again, looking on the outside of the field, trying to find Corey Jones. And even though he's not a hockey player, the hat trick for Matt Papineau. And I'll tell you what, sorry for that. What a game right now for Matt Papineau. 3 interceptions. This is going to be a killer for Tulsa.
You got community poll has Denver in the driver's seat in this game, and Jared McChesney has Denver in the driver's seat in this game as well. 1st and 10 as he gets it to the 24-yard line. And as it happened earlier, Tulsa wasn't even able to get their defense off the field, get them water inside of them before they were back out. It was one play, and all of a sudden they're right back to where they started.
Great running there by McChesney. I think this is where you're going to see the McChesney show just absolutely wear down this defense. You really don't need to put the football in the air right now after the last interception.
Miller, left side, tipped and incomplete on the attempted throw across his body. Giacomo Jones, your intended target. It's 2nd and 10 at the 24.
2nd and 10. Nate Haslip there on the coverage. I think if Nate Haslip was more worried about the hit there than the football, that ball could have easily been picked off. He was more concerned with the hit than the interception.
2nd and 10. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. That's going to be a play action. Miller again thrown, caught near the 1st down marker, but not able to finish the job. 3rd and 2 at the 16-yard line. Still about halfway through this 3rd quarter of play, and Denver trying to continue where they left off and just wear down this Tulsa defense. And Tulsa's been on the field for all minus 1 play of this second half.
Another play across the middle to Ari Mills here.
In McChesney's hands, he's going to have the 1st down and more to the pylon. He's in. That is a Denver touchdown. Into the pay dirt he goes, make it a 23-3 game.
That should just be right there, the nail in the coffin. Jared McChesney, that play had potential from the start. As you see here, just out of the backfield, nobody there. The linebacker you see trying to come up there, beg your pardon, was Espen Royale just coming up late. By the time DJ Majesty got there, it was too late. He was already heading to the end zone, crosses the corner by the pylon to make it a 23-3 game.
Kramer Jackman on for the extra point, trying to make it a 24-3 game. Maybe, perhaps, putting this one out of reach of Tulsa. Low snap again. Kick is blocked on the extra point. It'll fly out of the back of the end zone. So Denver not able to get things done in the extra point, but they're up by 20. We'll be back to Richard L. Snowden Memorial Stadium after this. Stay with us. Back inside Richard L. Snowden Memorial Stadium, Chris Curtis, Gerald Giudice, Phil Coase, Delaney Nash, and Cameron Irvine with you on this gorgeous Sunday afternoon in Denver, Colorado, albeit a bit chilly, as it should be up in the mountains. This is going to be a kick that'll end up in Gabriel Manny's hands. He'll bring it out 5 yards deep from the end zone. Gets through one, can't get through another, but he gets at least past the 20 through 23, and the Desperados will start this next drive. Well, Denver seems to be in a good position to lock up that number 1 seed. Plenty of action left on the docket. We'll go into in a minute after this first play from scrimmage, as this week 12 really still has a lot of legs left before we can actually determine who is going into the playoffs. Under center, Deacon Nickens, 2 in the backfield, including Sansa Robinson. He'll get the ball on first down, get a couple, and that will do that. This game happens, and then the conclusion of this one sends it over to Vancouver. Canada Field waiting on the Houston Hyenas to start that game. Tim Hackett, Mike Improta in for that one, and then at 6:30 today, it is Charleston and Jacksonville. Andy Hamilton and Charles Dougherty on the call for that one. That should, or Andy Hamilton, Gerald Giudice, I should say, on the call for that one. That one should be a good one, as Deacon Nickens has the ball in his hands. Throw right side, caught, and not quite able to get the first down, as it'll make it a 3rd and 1 scenario for the Desperados.
The wide receiver right there trying to get the first down. Did not quite make it there. Brings up a 3rd and 1. Tulsa needs to get this first down here to at least get some momentum offensively.
3 to the left, 1 to the right. Nickens over the middle, finds the seam, and a first down. Gets it close to midfield at the 48-yard line. 1st and 10 as Mosley brings that one in for another catch over the middle.
Mosley seems to be working that middle just like R.E. Mills is doing. And I'll tell you what, there's Josh Vasquez again. The half a second just shy, knocking that ball down. Brings up a first down just on Tulsa's side of midfield.
On the 48-yard line, split backs formation for Nickens. He's under center. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Handoff. Robinson has some room through the off-tackle position. He's going to get a couple and no further. We are looking to recruit members to the SFL broadcast team. If you'd like to do what we're doing here, get a hold of Chris Curtis in Discord, and we give you an application to fill out. You can be a part of the SFLM broadcast team for season number 2. Recruiting now. Games start next week. 2nd and 5. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Nickens to throw. Plenty of time in the pocket. Defensive line not really pressuring him yet. Now he has to move and throw on the run, and he will throw that well away. No one really in the area. Kind of surprised no flag on that for intentional grounding, but it is 3rd and 5 regardless from the Denver 47.
I did not see a receiver in the area there, but smart play by Deacon Nickens, not throwing the ball into double or triple coverage. You have 3rd and 5, not taking the sack. Smart play by Deacon Nickens here, bringing up a 3rd and medium.
Left, 1 to the right, still about 4 and 27 left in this 3rd quarter. Nickens to throw, moves out in the pocket, doesn't matter. The defensive line gets to him anyway, and an absolute Toro situation from the offensive line. Marlon Marshall gets home, gets his 2nd sack of the day.
Marlon Marshall having a sack and then having a cold one, celebrating over Deacon Nickens here. He just goes right through the tackle and had no chance of stopping him. Brings up a 4th and 11 and the punting unit coming on here for Tulsa.
Upcoming 4th and 11 in Tulsa. Well, they were able to move the ball. It's stalled out near the midfield stripe, and this is going to try to pin the Nightwings back deep in their own end. Bryce Battle has the ball in his hands, tries to get that back to the 23 or 24-yard line for Battle, and that brings us to our next drive for Denver when we come back to the Mile High City. Stay with us. From Tulsa and Denver, back on 11 Sports and for the fans. Chris Curtis, Gerald Giudice, along with Cameron Irvine, our producer and commissioner. Thanks to Phil Coast and Delaney Nash on stats as well, making us seem a whole lot smarter than we actually are. Moving right to left on your screen, Denver with the football and the lead, and expect to see a steady diet. And I was going to say of McChesney, but instead it's of Josh Miller. That's tipped and nearly completed anyway. That is 2nd and 10. Nate Heslop, the man in coverage at 2nd and 10.
He has it with the coverage, and I forgot to mention on that touchdown pass for Josh Miller, he actually became the team record holder for touchdowns in a season for the Denver Nightwing quarterback with 24. So congratulations to that young man right there.
Using the split backs here. Congrats to Josh Miller and that entire Nightwings offense. That's a testament to what they've done all season long. This will be a handoff. McChesney, he's going to get taken down in the backfield for what seems like the first time in this game. And that is going to be 3rd and 10 on the other side.
Yeah, it seems like McChesney's always, when he gets hit behind the line of scrimmage, gets some type of positive yards. And he also set a record for most rushing touchdowns in a season with 17. So congratulations to him. And you're just rolling up records left and right here for this Denver Nightwing team in season 15.
Three to the right, one to the left. Miller, plenty of time in the pocket. He's in the gun, throws on the run. That one is going to be picked off. And Tulsa getting the turnovers, but not able to take advantage. We'll see if they can do it here. But another interception thrown in this football game as Miller throws a very errant pass.
Yeah, trying to throw it on the run. Usually throwing across his body there. Couldn't get the zip on it to get it to Logan Keel. And Tulsa coming up with a big interception here. They need points on this drive. You see Vasquez coming up there with his 8th interception of the season.
Vasquez very good all season long, continues it here. Puts Nickens in a real good field position situation, tries to give it to Sansa Robinson in the off tackle. He'll get a couple yards, make it 2nd and 4 after a nice 6-yard run to the 47-yard line.
Yeah, Paul there with the tackle. Sansa Robinson touching the football quite a bit this game so far. He has 10 touches, but not a lot of yards to go with it. 10 touches for 37 total yards, all purpose. So they need to get him some more yards here, more touches.
2nd and 4. From the 41, handoff Robinson again. He's going to have a first down and a couple more. Gets past the first down marker to the 35-yard line. They'll take him down there. And a new set of downs for Tulsa as they're in long field goal range here for Judah Dorgan.
Michael Potter, they're just pushing the defensive lineman back, opening up a big hole there for Sansa Robinson. Let's see if they can take advantage of this drive right now. They're looking pretty good.
3 to the right, 1 to the left for Nickens. Robinson to his left in the gun. Pump fake, thrown over the middle, found a seam, first down, out to the 18-yard line is where they'll mark him. Good throw and catch for Gabriel Manning over the middle of the field as they try to work him into different spots on the gridiron as they try to stay away from the left side and the crazy amount of interceptions that have come from that side of the field.
Yeah, that's the first time I think in this game that Deacon Nickens actually got the ball to Gabriel Manning with Matt Papineau in the area and Papineau not coming down with the football.
Nickens in the gun. Papineau again, 3 interceptions so far in this game. Nickens throws, right side, caught, has the yardage, but couldn't turn it upfield. That'll at least get them a couple, 2nd and 8.
Safe play there. Ball was thrown just a little bit low. DJ Hume could not get his shoulders turned upfield to gain extra yards, but it brings up a 2nd and 8.
3 to the left, 1 to the right for Nickens, 4 on the defensive line. Everyone else playing press man at the moment. Trying to stay with his man over the middle. That one's picked off. Another interception thrown. This one on between the 5 and the goal line as that one will return to the 15. And is it another one? This one, Josh Vasquez, who brings it in, but the safety's doing work.
Yeah, just cutting right in front of him. I don't know if Deacon Nickens didn't see him back there dropping in coverage, but Josh Vasquez coming up 9th interception of the season, and it kills them with a red zone turnover here. Puts the ball back in Denver's hands.
Another interception for his total. He's got 3 inside 2 weeks, had 2 last week in the win against Vegas. Miller from his own 15, thrown and caught past the first down marker to the 31-yard line as he gets him some room to work, and expect to see, I would think, more of the McChesney show at this point. Bryce Battle on the reception.
Yeah, Bryce Battle, that ball just out of the fingertip reach of Espen Royale there, who is second in the SFL in career pass deflections. Almost got another one there, but great throw there by Josh Miller.
3 to the right, 1 to the left. Quick drop back. Oh, Miller's in trouble. This time he's going to get taken down at the 22-yard line is where he'll, actually going to put him 24-yard line due to forward progress. Doesn't matter. Another sack here for the Tulsa defensive line.
Berto Jamar, the second sack. Had to work for that one. The first one he had, Josh Miller just ran into his arms there, but Josh actually, smart play not to throwing it into coverage, having 2 interceptions already, just take the sack and try to get it here on 2nd and 18.
2 to the left, 1 to the right. Miller to throw, in trouble again. He's going to get taken down again. This time at the 19-yard line. Chris Andrews comes up with a sack this time and moves the Light Wings further back.
They're almost back to where they started this drive at the 19 after that first play. 3rd and 23 here. If you're Denver, don't do anything down. I think you just give it to McChesney here, and if he can bust off a run here in the 4th quarter, we'll see what happens.
It is 23-3. The Night Wings at the end of the 3rd quarter have the lead as they try to lock up the 1 seed. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. Three, Denver with the lead and the ball moving left to right. As we start the 4th quarter of play, Chris Curtis, Gerald Giudice in the broadcast booth. Week 12 of the Simulation Football League in full swing. Right wing, sir, right side. That one's caught. And a lot of room for Logan Keel. Is he going to be able to break this tackle? He cannot. Out to the 24-yard line in Tulsa territory. Another long bomb, this one with a completion for it. For Keel, his 10th target of the day.
If you're Cameron Shaw, you cannot try to break on that football. You need to play the receiver, not the football, especially with no help over the top. And it's a big, big game there for Logan Keel, who has now reached the 5,000-yard plateau for his career. 110 yards right now for Logan Keel.
That's a nice round number to get to, 5,000 yards on the career. Congratulations to you, sir. Under center is Miller. Handoff for McChesney, and he will go absolutely nowhere with a sidetrack of nowhere. 2nd and 10.
Definitely. That play had 0 written all over it from the snap. But if you're Tulsa, you cannot let a 3rd and 23 go for 57 yards. Yeah. That's just a killer.
Yeah, that is you want to talk about the response. That's how you respond. That's going to be over the middle and another long bomb that ends up inside the 4-yard line to the 3. And Josh Miller is picking apart this Tulsa defense right now as Bryce Battle brings that one in.
Yeah, puts Josh Miller over the 300-yard mark, 340 to be precise. And this is why Denver is number 1 in the league. They can just burn you deep, burn you with the running game with McChesney. Unbelievable right now for Denver.
Handoff, McChesney looking for his 4th of the day, and he's got it. That is another touchdown. 4 total touchdowns in this game for Jared McChesney as they add on more.
Jared McChesney, you are the man. 4th touchdown of the day, 3rd touchdown on the ground. Maybe not the yardage you like to have. 57 yards on 14 attempts. But right now, he's touched the ball 20 times and has 24 points.
So let's talk about that for a second. That puts us as the touchdown at what? 5 for the game?
Yeah, exactly 5.
So that's a crazy stat. That'll bring that past possibly T-Roy. That's going to be up and good from Kramer Jackman, making it a 30-3 game. And the Denver Nightwings starting to put the finishing touches on a great regular season. They'll try to close it out when we come back to Denver. Stay with us. Back inside Richard L. Snowden Memorial Stadium, home of the what looks to be the 1 seed Denver Nightwings going into the season 15 playoffs. As they'll kick it off and give it in the hands of Gabriel Manning, who's 10 yards deep. He will down it, and that'll bring him out to the 20-yard line. The way the seedings look at the moment, if this holds, Denver will have your 1 seed, Louisiana your 2, Sioux Falls your 3. Baltimore has a 75% chance of locking up the 4 seed. And the other 25% actually belongs to Jacksonville, depending on how those games go. But that's the way things are looking. Your 1, 2, and 3, if things hold, are definitely solid and set in stone the way it sits right this minute. 1st and 10 for Deacon Nickens. He tries to redeem himself a little bit, and this will be the outside caught and got about 7 yards out of it. 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 here for the Tulsa offense, who's basically persona non grata today. Just 3 points, and that came on the first drive of the game. They were actually up 3-0. The 30 unanswered by Denver.
Oh, and part of their issue has been that man right there, Matt Papineau, with 3 interceptions so far today. He's basically eliminated that side of the field. Sandra Robinson through the middle has a broken tackle or two and gets out to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for Tulsa.
Yeah, if he's finding some room to run here, I think Denver's defense has called off the dogs here just a little bit here, as you see big tackle there by Marlon Marshall. But this Denver defense has come to play today to solidify the number 1 seed, and they're playing on all cylinders on all facets of the football.
And we haven't quite gotten to the end of this one yet. There's definitely some big congratulations to go around, as that one's going to be a tackle for loss. Adam Wiseman comes up with a real big linebacker tackle to knock them back a couple yards.
First tackle for loss of the game for Adam Wiseman. Tackle number 7 of the game. And this has been an amazing game for the defense. Something special to watch.
And the gun is Deacon Nickens to his left, Sansa Robinson. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Quick drop, thrown on a fake reception. This one has a return back to about the 33-yard line. 32 is where they'll mark him. Denver with the football again. And another interception thrown. Maurice Lloyd, the recipient of this one, the strong safety, jumps on the ball.
Maurice Lloyd saying, "Hey, I want one. If you're gonna hand them out, I'll take one, please. Thank you, sir." the
Yep.
fifth interception for Deacon Nickens. And that just shows that's just been the season in a heartbeat for Tulsa. Just cannot move the football.
And under center, Josh Miller trying to add some more. Jared McChesney in the backfield. I expect we'll probably see the backups here soon. Miller to the left, and that one is tipped and nearly intercepted as Heslep had a chance at it. That's going to be a first or a second down and 10.
Nice play by Haslip there. On that last touchdown that you said for McChesney, I looked up the stats and I did some number crunching. He went from 15.6 to the league lead at 12.4 in touches per touchdown.
That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy how fast he can move up that stat chart. Under center, Josh Miller. Right side, McChesney has the football. He's going to get another broken tackle out of it. And finally, a couple Desperados are going to bring him down 3rd and 4 after a 6-yard gain. He's been very efficient with the football in his hands, and he continues to do so here.
The only negative part about that is that's going to take that stat I just mentioned and move it up a little bit. But great, just a great playing here by Denver. There's not much more you can say. They're just moving the ball methodically down the field.
4. Miller, play action. Throw over the middle. That one's caught towards the 5 to the 3 to the 1-yard line, and they're knocking on the door again. Bryce Battle in this 4th quarter has been absolutely awesome as he brings in another long completion.
Bryce Battle across the field again. Look at the time and just open to the middle of the field with that play action to McChesney. A touchdown saving tackle there. But Kramer Jackman's like, hey, can we get a field goal attempt here for me so I can get the record here? Everybody's having a great day. At least let me get something here. But I think you're going to see McChesney here get the football.
And this will be another McChesney run and another McChesney touchdown. 5 total touchdowns on the day for him. 4 of them on the ground like that. And more points for the Denver Nightwings.
36 points for this Denver Nightwing offense. I think they have had 30 points in their last 4 games, including this one. But McChesney just goes into the paint untouched. Well, that'll knock that down, that 12.4 down even further now.
Yeah,
What a day. What a day for him. 5 touchdowns in a game where if you win, you hold on to the number 1 seed, and they came out and showing the SFL world we want that number 1 seed.
I'm pretty sure, Gerald, this gets them closer to the point differential record, does it not?
It does. They are now, I believe, 1 point shy. Now, they needed to win by 36. Right now, they're up by 35. So right now, they have tied the record at 189 for point differential for the season.
We'll be back to see if they can do it right after this. Back inside Denver, Colorado, Mile High City, home to the likely 1 seed Denver Nightwings as they are kicking off to Tulsa. Gabriel Manning, a yard deep in his own zone, has the football. Out to the 20, right at the 20, breaks through a tackle, still on his feet, and finally gets taken down at the 24-yard line. And Tulsa trying to take some kind of positive message going into the offseason so they can try to regroup a little bit here. This season has not met the expectations of a lot in the Tulsa team, but there have been some bright spots. Gabriel Manning obviously is one of them. Sansa Robinson has been another one. He's been good and efficient with the football, even if they haven't used him as much as they want. And it's still been a fun team to watch in certain circumstances. This will be to the left, caught, and out of bounds goes Gabriel Manning after a 4-yard completion.
Yeah, definitely with Haslip and Vasquez on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, you have a couple rookies, a lot of 2-season veterans there. I mean, there is potential there for a good team, but Deacon Nickens has to control his interceptions. That's 30 interceptions in back-to-back seasons for Deacon Nickens.
Under center is Nickens. Hand off to Robinson, trying to run off tackle, breaks the tackle, moves forward, has some green in front of him. He's going to break another one, and how about a third? He's going to break a third and fourth tackle. Sansa Robinson would not be denied, and he's going to get all the way down to the 35-yard line.
I think that might have doubled his yards total for the game. 1 tackle right there. You see, there's number 2. There's number 3. There's and Happener brought him down. It almost looked like a face mask there at the end of the play, but what a run there by Sansa Robinson.
That was fun to watch, no doubt. In the gun. Nickens throws left, caught, and that is going to go about 2 yards, no further than that. Download CrowdPlay, our new partner for 2020, and play the game about the game. Follow the action and answer questions for a chance to win a share of the $1,000 prize pool. Your next chance to win is October 11th in the Wild Card Playoffs. Times to be determined at this point. Visit crowdplay.com for more information. And don't forget, while you have the chance, download the app CrowdPlay for your iOS or Android device right now and get yourself prepared. 2nd and 8. Nickens to throw over the middle, tipped and nearly intercepted again. It hit him in the back this time as DJ Hume, the intended target. Farmer in the area knocks it away.
Farmer almost came up with one of those picks. And going back to that long run by Sansa Robinson, he had 41 on 11 carries coming into that last run. That last run was 46. He doubled his total yards. Now he's at 89 for the game.
In the gun is Nickens, 3 to the left, 1 to the right, trying to get some points here. Redeem himself a little bit, hit as he threw, but he did get the ball away. It'll be 4th down, and probably time to go for it at this point, I would think. We'll see if they decide to do that or if they decide to punt it.
Marlon Marshall with the big hit there. We'll see what they're going to do. I think I see... Do I see a field goal unit coming out here? I believe I might have.
From the 34, it'd be a 51-yarder from here, so not out of Judah Dorgan's range. And from the left hash, right-footed kicker. See what it looks like as far as the snap goes. That'll probably tell the story on this. Snap is low. Oh, it's a big problem, and it's blocked going back the other way. It will be Denver football after the blocked field goal. We've seen 2 blocked kicks in this game. That was a blocked extra point earlier, and it's 1st and 10 for Denver at the 41-yard line.
If you want a microcosm of Tulsa season, it's right there. Just trying to get more points on the board, and just a routine snap that was unable to be handled, and it goes for a block.
Brought the backups in just yet. Miller's out there. They might have a chance to do this. Having the football over the middle. That one's caught, and it's going to be a 1st down at the 47-yard line. Denver seems to want this record. Giacomo Jones brings it in, and they're across midfield.
You see 380 yards for Josh Miller. Coming up huge, but now the point is Jackman's saying, okay, just get me about 15 more yards. Just let me kick a field goal. Don't give it to McChesney. McChesney has 5. McChesney has 5 touchdowns. Right? Let me get the ball here. Let me try to break a record here. But like I said, they're just cementing why they're the best team in the league.
That's big through the middle. Not much to that one. 2nd and 6 at the 43-yard line as they move it forward a little bit. Clock continues to run. 4:38 left. Your action continues after we are done here. Houston and Vancouver waiting for us to get done. Tim Hackett, Mike and Proda waiting for us at Canada Field. And then Charleston, Jacksonville a little bit later today around 6:30 Eastern on 11 Sports and For the Fans. Andy Hamilton and Gerald Giudice on the call for that one. 2nd and 6. And off McChesney. That's not going to go anywhere. Make it 3rd and 6 as it stays at the 43.
Yeah, I have to thank Cameron Irvine there for getting me a private jet so I can fly down to
Yeah.
so I can fly down there for the game this afternoon after this one. So thanks to Cam on that. It'll bring up a big 3rd and 6 here.
Well,
Can Denver get the first down?
If you're thinking it's cold in Denver where we're at right now, just wait till you get up to Vancouver. That is not a warm place. Under center is Miller. Taking some time off this clock as he does his thing. Play action. And now he's going to try it. Oh, that's a really weird looking play. Oh, that is going to be a... Well, they're going to call it a sack. Chris Andrews takes him down. Another sack on the play. He's got 1.5 for the day. And he takes him down to get it to a 4th down.
Yep. A little bit too much too late there. As you seem to come up for the sack. They're going to try to pin him deep here. I'll tell you what, if they can get the ball back and they can get the ball back in decent field position, you might be able to get Jackman a chance, but I think they're just going to be running the clock down here.
Punt upcoming. Denver going to get this ball away. Nice punt snap. That's going to be up and away. Give Tulsa back the football at the 10-yard line for Gabriel Manning. He's going to try to return it as far as he can and gets to about the 19 and no further than that. Tulsa back out on the field. See if they can get something going in this football game to at least get them more than 3. It's been a clinic on offense. Reminder of what the standings look like through the games leading up to this one. Denver likely going to go 11-1 and lock up the 1 seed. That's almost guaranteed at this point. Louisiana number 2, Sioux Falls number 3, Baltimore and Jacksonville the movement in the top 6 that could end up there. If Baltimore doesn't get the 4, they move down to 5, and that's going to be a ball that's just tipped away. Nice work in coverage, but Baltimore has a 75% chance to knock into the 4 seed. If they don't knock into the 4 seed, they'll knock into the 5. Jacksonville would then move up into the 4 seed if that happens. That's really the only thing in the top 6 that can change at this point. So still a lot of questions on the other half of the standings board, as there's still a decent number of games left to be played, and this one is going to be another sack. 3rd and 13 as Nickens will hit the ground. They'll run a no huddle with just over 2.5 minutes to go. Nickens to throw, and another completion this time. 1st down gets them to move the chains and keeps the clock running.
Des Troyer had that sack on 2nd down, but they come up with a big 3rd down conversion there.
Sandra Robinson's hands. He has the football. Gets fast one around the edge. Gets another 1st down and also gets knocked out of bounds to stop the clock as they try to run something to get some points.
Great play here. Sandra Robinson just nice little quick flare out there. Had to do a spin move because the ball was thrown a little bit behind him, but was still able to turn his shoulders upfield and get the 1st down.
1st and 10. Nickens on the field. Not been a good day at the office for him. Looking to try to get something positive at the end of this game. Split backs formation. 7-step drop. Looks, steps up, throws over the middle. This one is caught. What a grab over the middle of the field. A diving completion gets them moving. 1st and 10, and they're in field goal range.
Yeah, Corey Jones there with the big reception there.
Oh, and this one is going to be another sack that gets us back to the 2-minute warning. Last break of the day, likely. 2nd and 19 when we come back to Denver as Marlon Marshall gets another. Stay with us. All right, back to it. 38-3. Denver with the lead. Tulsa with the ball, moving right to left. They're at least trying to make something of this. 2nd and 19 from the Denver 37, which is as far as they've been into offensive territory in a little while. Nickens with the football. Backs up, throws outside. That's caught, but not much to it. And that is going to put them down at 3rd and 22 as they continue to move the, well, this time they move the ball horizontally and it doesn't work out.
Yeah, 3rd and 22 here. Denver's defense trying to, with all their might, to hold on to that point differential record. They're tied right now. Right now would be a humongous field goal attempt there. So you might see 4-down territory here for the Tulsa offense.
3 to the left, 1 to the right. Looking to throw, throws left. That one's caught. Has some yardage in front of him, but not quite able to get enough to get the first down. And it might be time for 4-down territory as Mosley brings that one in. But they also just might try to get the points and just take them.
That was almost another pick six there. The free safety was just about a second late getting there. So brings up 4th and 8. Do they go for it here? If you're Tulsa, what do you have to do? Is just try to get some touchdown. Try to get the ball in the end zone.
3 to the right, 1 to the left for Tulsa. Nickens in the gun. Play action. Throw right side. Caught. Can't move it upfield. Makes it a 4th down conversion attempt that goes by the wayside. 1st and 10 Denver as they have the ball again.
Corey Jones that just could not get his shoulders turned upfield. The ball was a little bit low. As you see, he was trying to adjust, and by the time he got it adjusted, the momentum was carrying him out of bounds. But on that last drive, Corey Jones did hit a career milestone with his 6,000th yard receiving. So congratulations to him, although it's in a losing effort.
Yep, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is right now. Denver has a chance here. They have 1:44 to get points of any kind, really, and they will put themselves over the threshold for the point differential record. This one's going to be a rush through the middle, but not going to go anywhere. 2nd and 12.
I think you're seeing all the backups in here right now for both ball clubs. I think it's going to be just they have to be happy with the tie for 189 points for a point differential, which is still absolutely amazing. A point differential for a team for a season.
Brandon Perna on the field, the backup quarterback for Denver. He's going to hand it off left side, not going to go anywhere as Skeeter Baja couldn't get anything going. It'll be a timeout taken by Tulsa. It is 3rd and 13 for Denver.
They're just going to see them try to run the ball here and have Tulsa exhaust all their timeouts. But what a great job here by Denver to solidify the #1 spot. And Tulsa, they hit a couple hiccups in this game. It's definitely the turnovers that they need to stop committing there. That'd be all right.
Hand off to Baja, not going to go anywhere. Make it 4th and a mile, and Tulsa will take their last timeout. Still a minute left in this football game, and they will try to they'll get punted away and give Tulsa one more opportunity with the football to close out this game.
Let's see if they put Gabriel Manning back there to get this punt away, trying to spark something here for this Tulsa Desperado team.
And the snap is high on the punt. It does get away. And that's going to be caught and returned to the 47-yard line. And no further than that, as it was indeed Gabriel Manning. Houston and Vancouver, when we are done here, Canada Field awaits your arrival. It is going to be Tim Hackett and Mike Improta waiting for us to finish up here, and then Charleston and Jacksonville or after that one at 6:30. That one is Andy Hamilton and Gerald Giudice on the call there. We are finishing up things here in Denver. This will be Tulsa about to get going. It'll be outside. 1st down and more towards the sideline. Sansa Robinson still in the game, still producing, and it's 1st and 10 to the 35.
Yeah, Sansa Robinson there with a nice little flare pass there going out to the outside. Another broken tackle. He's had a couple here in the 4th quarter here. think that's at least 4 or 5 that he's had in this quarter alone. But yeah, this Tulsa's just trying to find some silver lining here to try to take to the offseason.
In the gun by himself is Nickens. 1st and 10. Backs it up, looks to throw. Throws short. That's a catch on a cross. That's going to be a stop and a 5-yard completion. Minute 5 to go in this football game. Throw right side. That one is a step and an incompletion out of bounds. 3rd and 5 as that ball was caught out of bounds. Nothing doing for Corey Jones there.
Yeah, Corey Jones just lost where his footing was, caught the ball out of bounds, brings up a 3rd and 5 from the 30 here. Let's see if Tulsa can pick up this 1st down and possibly spoil the point differential for Denver.
3 to the right, 1 to the left. Play action. Tries to throw, got it off before he got hit, but still an incomplete pass as another big hit on the quarterback from Des Troyer, as he has a couple of sacks in this game. 4th and 5, and Tulsa will be able to, well, it looks like they didn't knock much clock off this not much time off this clock in this drive, as they've only knocked, I think, about 8 seconds off of it.
Well, no, when you have an incompletion and basically a spike thanks to a Des Troyer.
Yeah, exactly. And that's another one as well, as that one will hit the turf, and that will bring Denver back to the football. It's Deacon Nickens who falls down again after what turns into an incomplete pass. Just nothing going right for Tulsa today, and that's a big credit, more credit than detriment to the Denver Nightwings, who have come out and just taken this football game over.
Yep, and it's victory formation here for the Denver Nightwings. So this is going to be the clinching game for them for the number 1 seed.
Yep. Congratulations to everybody in the Denver Nightwings organization on a fantastic regular season. Jeremy Vega, who came back into the coaching booth to try to figure some things out for this Denver offense and defense, and were able to do that spectacularly. So huge credit to them, as they did not have the season they wanted to have a season ago. When Jeremy stepped back from the reins there, when he took it back over, you can clearly tell the difference. And they have been on a mission this entire season to basically punish anybody in their way. And they've done that here with their final straw coming in game 12 against Tulsa, where they're going to walk away with a 38-3 win and have the easiest path to the SFL championship game in just a few weeks' time.
Josh Miller had the whole defense. If you're looking at this Denver Nightwing team, this is prototypical of what they've done all year. I mean, the stats will show that it was a complete and overall dominant performance by Denver.
Big differential in the 12th game of the season. Denver on top. Let's go ahead to go to Gerald Giudice for the post-game thoughts in Week 12.
I mean, the total yards, you can see the passing yards again, but once again, they were up by 3 scores, and that's why the passing yards, the 5 turnovers were key, as I think 4 of the 5 turnovers resulted in touchdowns for the Denver Nightwing offense. And Josh Miller, who threw 2 interceptions himself, didn't amount to anything. Coming up with the 7 receptions that you see, Papano, who had 3, but offensively, you had 5 receivers with at least 5 catches. Ari Mills with 5. Keel, Giacomo Jones, and McChesney with 6. Bryce Battle with 8. 2 guys over 100 yards, and Bryce Battle and Logan Keel in reception yards. McChesney with 5 total touchdowns. Whoever plays Denver in the first round, good luck stopping them, because the momentum is clearly on their side. For Tulsa, another great game for tackles for DJ Majesty. 13 tackles on the day. Just a rough day for Deacon Nickens there with 5 interceptions.
Long day for the Tulsa Desperados faithful, including the team. on the field. Denver locks up the number 1 seed, and Louisiana locks up the number 2. Sioux Falls locks up number 3, and number 4 still in question with Baltimore, a 75% chance to lock that up. But to more football on the way in just a few minutes' time. The crew over in Vancouver, Tim Hackett, Mike and Proda, waiting on us to finish up here, so we'll go ahead and work on sending it over to them in just a moment. It is Vancouver and Houston in just a little while on 11 Sports and For the Fans. Your player of the game in 5 seconds or less. Gerald, give it to me.
Jared McChesney.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about that one. You might think about giving it to the man with 3 interceptions in this game, but I think ultimately it's going to be McChesney, and I think APF would agree as far as that goes. It's been a fun regular season. The playoffs just around the corner, but still some things to figure out as we head into Canada Field in just a few minutes' time, as Houston and Vancouver in a must-win situation for either of them to make sure that they have the best positioning available, and they will be ready when we get there. For the crew here in Denver, Colorado, the stats guys who have been with us all season long, it's Delaney Nash and Phil Kose. For Cameron Irvine, our producer and commissioner, along with my partner Gerald Giudice, Chris Curtis saying goodbye and good night for now from the Simulation Football League. We'll see you at Canada Field in just a few minutes, as it looks like Jared McChesney is going to get the call, and he is. Thank you very much for watching. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League. For more, log on to simulationfl.net. Stay with us at Vancouver and Houston in just a few minutes.